They say gold makes men greedy, but out here, it just makes them quiet. I'm 79 years old, and 5 days a week, I climb into a hole in the Alaskan mountains where the temperature drops faster than your pulse when the rock shifts. No cameras, no crew, no signal. Just me, a headlamp, and a place that doesn't forgive mistakes. I've been mining this stretch for 46 years. Same slope, same entry, same cough in the back of my throat from the dust that never leaves. The mine doesn't look like much from the outside, just a torn cut in the mountain, like a scar that never healed. But once you're inside, you feel it. The air changes, gets heavy, like something's pressing back against your lungs. Every sound echoes too long. Your own breathing sounds like someone following you. And when the walls creak, and they do, it's never clear if it's just the earth settling or if it's warning you. I work alone now. Most of the old crew's either dead or left when they got too smart. I stayed, not because I'm brave, because I know the gold here. It's not dust, it's deep, raw, dense, twisted into the quartz like veins, and it comes with a cost. You don't just dig and leave. You trade something. Sometimes it's your back, sometimes your hearing, sometimes someone you didn't expect. The last man who went too far in without tying back the rope never came out. We found his pickaxe, still warm. That was 8 years ago, and still I go back in. Because there's something down there I need to finish. Something I shouldn't have started. And if I don't, the mine might finish me instead. Because down here, the dirt doesn't just shift, it listens. The mine's not marked on maps, you won't find it with GPS. You could walk right past the entrance and never know it's there. Just a black mouth in a slope of snow and stone, choked with silence and cold. Locals call it Dead Jaw, not because of the rocks, but because it only ever closes. You dig too far, it bites down. I got here in '77, young, angry, broke, looking for work that didn't care who I was before. I found it, or maybe it found me. There's no company, no contracts. We're what they call freelance deep miners. We work off-grid, sell to buyers with no questions, take our cash and leave the IRS guessing. The first thing the old-timers taught me wasn't how to hold a pickaxe, it was how to listen. They said, if the wall moans low, step slow. If it snaps like wood, freeze. If it hums, then get the hell out. I thought they were superstitious, until the first time I felt it. The hum, not a sound, the pressure, like something alive under the stone had just turned over in its sleep. We lost 2 men that week, crushed, no warning, just gone. After that, I learned respect. The rules are simple. Never mine alone unless you're ready not to come back. Never take more than the rock offers. Never drill after dusk. The air gets thin, the mine gets soft, and things start to echo that shouldn't. I live in a cabin less than 400 yards from the shaft. I keep the stove burning all night, not for warmth, to cover the sounds. Sometimes I hear movement from inside the mine when no one's there. Not rocks falling, footsteps. And once, just once, I heard someone call my name. Same voice as my brother, he's been dead since '89. There's no signal up here, no rescue. You get hurt, you better hope the mountain's in a merciful mood. But still we dig. Because the gold here isn't like the gold anywhere else. It's old, twisted, like it grew with a stone, not in it. And the deeper you go, the stranger it looks. Some veins pulse when you shine a light on them. Some are warm to the touch, even when the tunnel's below freezing. I once cracked open a section of wall and found a seam of gold shaped like a rib cage. Perfect, curved, hollow inside. I didn't mind that day, I just stared. The deeper we go, the less human the rock feels. And the men who've gone deepest, they come back different, if they come back at all. It was early winter when I decided to go deeper, past level 5, past the old pump room, into Shaft C, the one they sealed in 1994 after 3 men disappeared and a 4th came out with no fingernails and a mouthful of dirt. No one ever opened it again, until I did. I waited for the wind to pick up outside. When it howls through the cracks just right, no one can hear what happens underground. I brought my best gear, rope, bolts, oxygen, and a headlamp with backup batteries taped to my chest. The air was colder than usual, thinner too. Like the deeper I went, the more the mountain pushed back. I reached the barricade at Shaft C around midnight. Rebar, timber, warning tape, all old, all rot soft. I took it down slow, no rush, not when you're walking into a place that already buried men stronger than you. The tunnel beyond was dry, no leaks, no frost, but the walls looked different. darker, smoother, like they'd been shaped. Not by water, by heat. I walked 200 yards in, no signs of collapse, just dust and quiet. Too quiet. Even the sound of my boots didn't echo right, like the air swallowed every step whole. Then I saw it, a cavity in the stone, a perfect arch, not natural, too clean, too symmetrical. And inside it, the wall shimmered. Not gold, not quartz, something else. It looked like gold at first, but when I shined my light on it, it pulled the beam into itself. Not reflection, absorption. The metal moved like liquid under glass. It pulsed, slow and steady, like a heart that had been waiting. I reached out, not to touch, just to see if it was real. And the moment my glove got within an inch of it, I heard breathing. Not mine, not human. It came from the walls, from the floor, from below. Then my light flickered. And in that flash, for just a second, I saw something behind the gold. A shape, tall, bent forward, not moving, just there, staring. My hand went numb, my teeth started to ache, and I swear I heard it speak. Not in words, in weight. A pressure in my chest that said, dig deeper, you're not done yet. I ran, left my drill, left my rope. Didn't stop until I saw when I surfaced it was morning, sky full of snow, ears ringing, and on my jacket, gold dust. Not from the surface veins, finer, darker, still warm. But I didn't mind anything, not that day. And yet, I found something in my coat pocket. A nugget, heavy, smooth, perfectly round. Too perfect. I didn't put it there. I should have thrown the nugget into the river, but I didn't. I kept it. Sat it on the table beside my bed that night, thinking maybe I'd imagined the whole thing. Just rock, just nerves. Just another bad decision from an old man who should have stopped 20 years ago. But around 3 a.m., I woke up to a sound I haven't heard since Vietnam. A heartbeat. Not mine, not in my chest. From the nugget, soft, slow, like a distant drum. I picked it up. It was warmer than before. And I swear, it pulsed once in my hand, like it knew me. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, the nugget was gone. I searched everywhere. Under the cot, in my boots, even outside. Nothing. But when I went down into the mine the next day, it was there. Sitting at the mouth of shaft, sea clean, centered, waiting. I didn't touch it this time. I stepped over it, like you step over a grave. But the mine had changed. Not physically, not yet, but in presence. The air felt closer. The walls seemed tighter, and the silence wasn't empty anymore. It felt occupied. Every hammer strike echoed too long. Every breath sounded like two. And then the whispers started. They didn't come from behind me. They came from inside the walls. Like the rock had grown a mouth, or maybe it had always had one. They didn't say words, but I understood. Images, feelings, memories that weren't mine. I saw men digging with hands, not tools. Saw something gold and wet moving under their skin like veins full of metal. Saw bones, full skeletons, lined up along a wall, fused with ore. Not buried, built in. And then I saw myself, digging, smiling, alone, until something stepped out of the dark behind me and placed a hand on my back. I snapped out of it covered in sweat, standing, pickaxe in hand, staring into that same shimmering wall from days before. But this time it wasn't just pulsing, it was opening. I didn't run. I backed away slow, climbed out, didn't tell anyone. But that night I found another nugget. This one wasn't round. It was shaped, bent, carved into the exact form of my father's old dog tag, stamped with a number I hadn't seen since he disappeared into this same mountain in 1963. And that's when it clicked. This mine doesn't just hold gold. It remembers. It keeps what you love, what you fear, and maybe what you are. And every time you dig, you bring more of it to the surface. I used to think the mountain was indifferent, that it didn't care who came or who left, only that someone kept digging. But I don't believe that anymore. Now I think it chooses. There's a rhythm down there, older than any machine we've ever built. It's in the walls, in the air, in the bones of men who never came back. And I can feel it inside me now. Not fear, not even awe. Recognition. Like I've been walking toward this place my whole life, and only just now arrived. The dreams come every night, but they don't feel like dreams. They feel like instructions. I see tunnels that don't exist on our maps. I see figures, not men, not anymore, shaped in gold, fused with the stone, kneeling in rows like statues waiting for a final command. And I see the vein, the one that runs deep beneath all of it, The one that pulses like it's alive, like it's growing, and it's calling me now. There's something about gold people don't talk about. They say it's precious, rare, pure. But gold doesn't rot, it doesn't bend, it doesn't die. It just waits. That's what this mine is. Not a job, not a source, a mouth. And every time I pull something from it, it learns a little more about what I'll trade to keep going. My back's gone, my hearing's half shot, but when I'm like it's taking something off me each time. Not pain, not time, something else. And I think that's the bargain. You dig, it takes, you stay quiet, and it lets you come back tomorrow. Until one day it doesn't. But I'll keep going, because I don't think I'm digging for gold anymore. I think I'm digging for a shape, one that looks just like me, waiting to be finished. And when I find it, I'll know it's time to stop. Or maybe I won't. I came back up from the shaft this morning, and the nugget was waiting for me on the porch again. Same size, same warmth. Only this time, it had my name etched into it. Not carved, grown. Letters that look like roots spreading across the surface. I didn't touch it, just sat beside it. Let the cold air bite at my lungs while I listened. The mine is quiet now, too quiet. That kind of stillness you feel in a room after someone stopped breathing. Not dead, but no longer human. And I think that's what the gold is. Not metal, not treasure, but memory. Compressed into form, waiting for someone foolish or tired enough to pick it up and carry it home. I've carried enough, but I'll be back down there tomorrow because something under that rock is unfinished, and I think it's me. Thank you for staying with me. Not many people sit still long enough to hear a story like this. I wish you warmth this week, a roof that holds, a silence that stays outside your door. And if you ever hear the ground shift under your feet, don't assume it's just the cold. If this story rattled something in your bones, subscribe, drop your name in the comments. Sometimes it helps the mountain know who's listening. Tomorrow, I'll tell you about the woman who worked the night shift at a crematorium in Nevada, and the night the furnace turned itself on with no one inside. Until then, walk light, and if the gold glows back at you, don't follow. It already knows where you're going.